Welcome to the Pool Kind of Podcast, the new home for boxing. My name is Wendy, and I am your host and curator, bringing you the most honest takes on the sport I love without the bias and without the politics. The spot where we can all lead, seasoned veterans to the game and newcomers alike. So stay strapped in, subscribe, wrap those hands right, give us 5 stars, and keep that chin tucked. Tell your people about us. So who you got? The Pool Kind of Podcast. Let's go. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Pool Kind of Podcast. Now, today, I am here with Brandon. Brandon, please say what's up to the people.
My dog, what's up, bro?
I am chilling, man. What's going on with you? How you doing? You good?
Man, blessed. Ready to talk boxing.
Hey.
What a weekend.
What a weekend, bro.
Yeah.
And by the way, y'all, we're going to do something. We're going to do things a little differently today. This is going to be 100% Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. So It might be a little short, or we might go for a little bit. So we'll see. This is also going to be, this might as well have been a live or something, bro. Because I feel like this is going to be just straight off the cuff, straight off the hip, as they say. Y'all see I'm in the essentials gear. This isn't mainline stuff like Devin had on. So this should be a great episode.
That's hilarious.
He done cursed Jerry Lorenzo, man. Yeah, like that's my guy too. Day. But yes. So where do you want to start? Because I'm feeling like maybe the beginning, and as you know, the beginning is gonna be like the promo, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the promo. Maybe we'll start with the weigh-in, like you know
For
what I mean? Which was
the
Friday.
first thing I have to say is all hail King Rye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then the second thing I have to ask, I just want to put this out there: is this the best acting job we've seen?
Yeah,
it was incredible.
Wow, to be able to finesse like he did, bro. Like, and he really caught the Haney's sleep, bro. Like, because my mindset is like, man, how, and not just the Haney's, everybody. First,
got all of us, bro.
Right. But I'm saying, like, you are able to have your agenda, keep it, because he's been saying from the beginning, hey, I'll never let somebody do me like Tank Davis did me before. Yeah. Right? He's been saying that.
Yeah.
The man's talking about he's been drinking, he's been doing all this kind of stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Literally like rocking the baby to sleep.
Bro, I thought he lost his damn mind.
So did I. We talked about that.
Like, bro.
So did I, bro. But to still, like, not even attempt to really make weight, bro.
Yeah.
To come in 3.5 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just again, they were rocked to sleep because they thought he was crazy. Much as Bill,
they thought it was easy, right?
Right. And as much as Bill is say, he's not really crazy, we're not taking him light. Well, if you weren't, Devin was.
What was it? $500K a pound?
$500K a pound. And he was like, I don't care. I still don't know if he paid it. I'm not sure if Devin's in a position to confirm or deny. Yeah. But it's one of those situations where, man, he, like, the game plan was run to perfection, man. And it to me, it felt like a finesse, kind of. Yeah. But he still got in there and did what he had to do, which, you know, me always being a fan of Ryan's left hook.
Yeah.
I even with saying that, bro, I can't even. It's hard to finish that sentence because I didn't see this happening. I didn't see it at all happening, bro.
No. You know I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that says that they saw what happened this weekend happening, they're lying. This is kind of like Errol Spence getting beat up, you know, that bad. Like, right. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that, bro.
Right.
Nobody saw that.
So going back to the weigh-in, did you see anything that alarmed you? Like, because I'm going to just say this from my perspective, looking at Devin, he looked, you know, I'm not gonna say, you know, he definitely made weight, but he looked a little skeletorish a little bit, and I didn't really notice that with Ryan, but you can tell he really put in the effort, and I think enough doesn't get talked about as far as his I guess you can say his professionalism as far as doing that
You're
goes.
talking about Devin.
Yeah, Devin.
Devin is a professional.
Because, you know, Ryan was up there with the beard. What a showman.
Yeah, what a showman.
What a showman.
What a showman.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to chug a beer, it brought me back to, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's chugging the beer. I'm like, I was like, it can't be beer. It has to be water.
Yeah, I saw a little TikTok where he called Jake Paul.
Okay.
And he said it was like apple cider.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I was like, it can't be he's not that crazy. So, bro, salute to him, bro. Like, this is like, in one fight, he revitalized his whole career. And we talked about the face of boxing last time. I'm not talking about skill.
Yeah, we're not talking about skill.
But right now, if you're talking about boxing,
popularity,
it's Ryan Garcia right now, and now he's on pace to fight some of the other bigger names in and around that division.
He puts asses in seats.
Oh yeah,
right,
yeah.
And he cashes checks.
Absolutely, man. Jeez, bro.
I got another question for you. I've been thinking about this stuff all weekend.
What's up?
We talked about that conversation he had with Floyd.
Yeah.
I don't want to take away somebody's credibility and give it to somebody else when they do something amazing.
Sure.
Did Floyd give him this game plan with the crazy stuff? Was that a part of the man?
I think I do believe that Floyd has had, and they've spoke about it before briefly. I do believe that Floyd has had. I'm not gonna say a beef, but I think him and Bill. Yeah. I don't think they click. I don't think they get along.
Right.
I don't know what the reason is. I done heard rumors about it being because of a woman in the past or whatever. But they don't like each other clearly. And from Floyd helping somebody like Ryan, who, to my knowledge, I don't think they had previous like dealings to make them this close, right? Because Ryan's always been a golden boy product. So it's like, y'all got that close in a month? Like, this is strange. Floyd, you have an agenda. Now he's fighting somebody who's an op to you. Yeah. And you're going to make sure he wins. So the put the fight on. Stop the fight. Like, right, go on that run and stop the fight. Put the fight back on. Yeah. Make sure you do not make sure you're on paper the A side.
That's important.
That was very important because on paper Ryan was the A side. Like, 55. I'm not making weight and I'm still gonna it's his
it's his show.
It was Ryan Garcia's show. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, like Devin, he got beat up. But it almost felt like Errol Spence a little bit. No, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. It felt like Deontay Wilder. Yeah. It felt like it felt like Wilder getting beat by Tyson Fury and not getting knocked out. Like, I think it was that first fight, but just getting like clobbered, bro. Like that's what it felt like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Belt to ass.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was very, and to see Ryan in that position was interesting. Because you don't, like, on this level especially, you don't see him like that dominant. I mean, the last time we saw him, you know what I mean? But geez, or the last two times. But man, you can't take nothing from him. You can't take nothing from him because at the end of the day, going to the fight, at the end of the day, it was Devin Haney who wasn't as disciplined. Everybody now is talking about shooting a jab and pulling your hand away. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to kind of tucking and bringing that hand up. Yeah. He's shooting a jab and hands coming back. Yeah. Or even when he's throwing and he's holding his hand, I mean, Ryan's going around like hitting towards the ear, the back of the jaw, like that. What? I don't know what else.
Yeah, it was crazy. So let's go fight night, right? Yeah. First of all, I want to talk about Ryan's he had like a violinist in the locker room.
Ultimate showman,
right? Was listening. Then he had some gospel playing. Yeah. He looked extremely comfortable.
Yeah, he did. Yo, Mike. Whatever he said.
Right, but it really goes to show you like that experience with Tank, like being under these are the brightest lights. Like that was a huge show.
Absolutely.
Having been there before, I feel like he's extremely comfortable. Right. Right. So I thought that was important. Right. Mm-hmm. You talked about some things with strategy that Devin did wrong. Right. Mm-hmm. One question I want to ask was the familiarity with Ryan and them knowing each other a big issue to Dev not following his strategy? Because I feel like a lot of times when we watch the Devin fight, he's got an excellent game plan.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't deviate either.
He doesn't deviate from it. Never deviates from it, right? I feel like it might have been a combination of the lights. Mm-hmm. And then when you know someone, right? Like knowing somebody can be a hindrance, right? Like you gonna fight your boy or not. Maybe you guys aren't boys, but somebody like, yo, drop your nuts, stand in the middle of the ring. Right. A lot of guys will try to get Devin to brawl with them. Right. But having that childhood, like I know this guy, I beat this guy when I was a kid. Like I feel like knowing somebody, you know what I mean? Right. Can get you. I feel like that might have really got him outside of his game plan. Because I think in Devin's mind, mentally, you probably have progressed with your skill set and things past Ryan. But if you felt power from Ryan as a kid, that left hook, that's a grown man left hook he throwing now. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I feel like he didn't use his strategy because he knew the opponent too well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point. And that very well could be what we saw. Because after that first shot, that was it.
Yeah.
To me, after that first shot, that's why I compared it to that Wilder loss. Because after that first big shot, that was really it, man. We were texting and you mentioned like his legs. Yeah, I mean, like he never really. Yeah, and salute to him because wow,
dog
for sure, kept coming too. Like salute, but man, like that shot was a major shot, man. Major shot, and I don't think he expected that at all.
Whatever you think of Ryan's ability, that left hook is one of the best punches in boxing.
Absolutely.
Deontay Wilder's right hook, I mean straight right hand. Gervonta's left hand, however he throws it.
Literally, however he
throws it, because we've seen it with the uppercut. So however he lets it go, right?
It's a few of those shots that are like you going to sleep. NyQuil,
bro. That damn left hook, bro.
He kept hitting him too,
bro. But
couldn't miss.
Every time he touched him, it was like devastating.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
You know what I'm saying?
It was bad.
I was like, damn, bro. Every time he touched him, the legs turned to noodles. Like, it was tough, bro.
And I'm not sure about the reports of a broken jaw. I don't know if I believe that. He was pretty swollen, though.
The face was super swollen.
Pretty swollen. I mean, maybe, but
yeah.
I mean, jeez. I mean, you would think. Nah, I guess you could wait until Sunday or Monday to go to the doctor, but jeez, it was just all bad, man.
I don't even want to just say the left hand because salute to Ryan for throwing that right.
The right,
that
as well.
Straight right was, bro.
But we know that the damage was done with that.
The damage was done with the left, bro. His left hook is a bomb.
Right. The right was just that peekaboo. Like, here
the left hook is a bomb.
Yeah, the left hook is a bomb. Even and then two, you think because if you're thinking of game plan, right? Obviously, Devin. Jab, jab, jab. You got to be careful. Keep that movement going, which he's great with, especially on his pivot, because Ryan can, he's going to throw that hook and try to connect as much as he can.
And he gets a little wild with his feet. Right.
Exactly. He's going to lunge in and stuff like that. But even smothering wasn't working. Yeah. Like, you try to get in close. Ryan will create some separation with the right and then just throw that hook right in there, right as your body to body. Yeah. And I think that was one of the shots that buckled Devin as well.
Yeah, in range, close.
Yeah, very, very close. Yeah. And I was like, man, there's nothing Devin can do in here right now to Ryan Garcia, because you know what? We always say a puncher's chance. There was absolutely no power on Devin's shots. Yeah. After a point, there was absolutely no power.
The lack of power hurt him, and it was evident.
Right, people are sending me memes on Instagram and stuff with the him hitting the pads, and
it sounds like a little kid, like a little chew toy.
Like, oh man, Now he's like the butt of every joke, and I'm like, yeah, that sucks, because he's like one of the most like disciplined and good young dudes.
So good
in
for the sport,
man. Yeah, he's very good for the sport, and it's like,
about to ask though,
like big time.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
It was shocking to me. I think the game plan wasn't followed. I've been hearing a lot of chatter that Devin needs to add to his corner, and that all this stuff about that Bill was doing wrong. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like Bill was trying to give him good advice. Like the first thing he told him after the first round when he got dropped, right? Mm-hmm. He told him, Devin, you need to buckled. We got buckled. He was like, Devin, you need to go under the left hook.
That's easier said than done.
That was Gervonta's game plan too, though.
Gervonta worked it perfectly, but you know what? Gervonta never got hit like Devin got hit.
For sure. Stuck to the game plan for sure.
That first shot threw everything off, bro. Like, you're like, oh, he's way stronger than I expected, and you cannot blame it all on the weight. Yeah. You know what I mean? We really can't blame it all on the weight. I know.
3 pounds does help, though.
It does help, absolutely, because I didn't have to drain myself to get to this point. Yeah. But that game plan matters too. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You could have not got hit with that left hook.
That hook, to me, from my perspective, that hook changed everything, bro.
100%.
It was literally downhill from there.
I feel like Ryan's confidence too. You helped Ryan's confidence. It just shot through the roof.
When Devin actually landed, and then you see Ryan hit his gloves together and I'm like, oh Lord, this is he's on one. Like you are not doing anything with that boy. Like, you hit him and that makes him more angry.
He was locked in.
He was. Yeah, man. It was one of those things. Now, let me ask you this, because this is also a part of the conversation, right? Mm-hmm. People are asking, I've seen it asked to a few people already. If you were the Haneys, would you have stopped the fight or let the fight go on, like from the beginning, like missing weight?
Going back to the weigh-in. Okay,
so going back to the weigh-in.
What I would have done with the weigh-in, okay, and I feel like they put themselves in a box and they couldn't have done what I'm going to say they should have done.
Right.
But when Ryan didn't make the weight, they should have said, okay, take his little 1.5. Not that's a big 1.5, right? But take his 1.5 million for the 500K a pound.
Bet,
right. And I would have put a weight clause. You have to weigh in the next morning, and you can't be but so much more over the weight because you already missed weight.
Right.
Does that make sense?
So give him 24 hours.
Right. So
and they could have done that too.
Right.
Yeah.
The next morning, no problem. You have to weigh in the morning. You can't be, let's say, 10 more pounds over the contracted weight.
Right.
So Ryan could have only, rehydrated himself up to 150.
Right.
Maybe 151. Right. The morning of and got on the scale. Whatever he did after that, that's up to him. But maybe that would have slowed him down for the fight. Whatever. Right.
It's possible.
But they, in my opinion, they should have done something. Right. You just don't let a guy come in 3 pounds over the weight like that when he can crack like that.
It felt a little cocky, man. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah, but I felt like they made a big point of we're not Tank. We don't put a rehydration clause on him.
Right.
Look what we're gonna do to him.
Right.
And you didn't get the outcome you were looking for.
Nah, you literally got the complete opposite.
What's that little Dirk song? This ain't what you want.
Yeah. That was tough, bro. Man. Like, and it's crazy because, and I'm gonna just say this. I don't want to see. At this point, I don't want to see a rematch.
That was my next question. Do we need to see a rematch?
Maybe at a different weight. Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that now. Maybe in the future they can put a 2-fight deal together or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is tough, especially for Devin. Do you want to see a rematch? I'm gonna throw that right back at you.
That's a good question. Yeah. So at this point, I don't.
Okay.
And that's only for Devin. I'm a big fan of both guys, right?
Right.
I don't want to see Devin jump right back to that. In my opinion, and I heard some different people talk about this, and I think this is an interesting idea. Do you think it would have been better for him to just have gotten stopped a little earlier? Like sometimes being tough and being a warrior, he took a lot of punishment. Right? He took a lot of punishment, man. Yeah. Like he got knocked down a lot, wobbled a lot of big left hooks and straight right hands.
They warriors, right? So they not gonna do that. We saw Tim Tszyu a few weeks earlier. Like he was bloody, but it wasn't like that.
Right.
He was still able to really fight.
He was in it,
and he was dangerous.
Right, he was in it the whole time.
Devin wasn't dangerous.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
it's similar to like the Errol Spence thing, where like you hindsight, you look back on it, you're like, man, it probably would have been better for him to just been stopped in like the 4th round.
Yeah,
you lived to fight another day.
Threat. You can't even get a accident. You can't even like surprise me. There's nothing you can do.
Ended the fight when Ryan got his hands
Chicken
down.
Legs.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
Ryan talking to his dad, stop it.
Oh, that's tough.
Like that's why I'm like, man, maybe he should.
Tough. That was. This was the biggest surprise for me, boxing wise, all year
in a long time.
Maybe the past 2 years, because even though I did, Terrence Crawford was the year before or last year. That was last year, right?
Last year.
Even though I knew Terrence Crawford to win that, that was still a little surprising,
right?
Seeing
the domination,
how badly it was,
yeah,
right. But this tops that to me.
Yeah,
this tops that because nobody expected it.
To me, it tops that because Bud and Arrow were both really top guys, right? So it's like I wasn't necessarily shocked by Bud's skills, right?
Right.
I'm like, man, like we've seen him do this to people. We've obviously seen Ryan knock people out with his left hook, but Devin Haney was in the pound for pound conversation. So
literally,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Ryan's never been a world champion. Still, I feel bad. He didn't make the weight. He's never been a world champion. So it's like we didn't expect this. Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, in regards to a rematch. It's interesting. Devin is still the WBC 140 champion. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't like it, but that's what they signed.
That's what they said.
Agreed to, bro. That's what they agreed to.
That's what they said. So
now, hold on. Now with that though, because we just said we don't want to see a rematch.
Right.
If I'm Ryan Garcia, do I just say, you know what, I did what I wanted to do, and even though I could possibly rematch and do the same thing again, and get that belt, my first championship. Does Ryan Garcia just say, you know what? No, that's not an option that I want, because another fight would probably be the same money. It probably would, or more. Who knows? Do I just leave all that and fight somebody that's probably going to be more difficult at a higher weight class because he's calling out monsters right now.
I heard him calling out monsters. And I don't think he rematches Devin at 140 for any belt because I don't think he can make 140.
He don't want that.
Yeah, I heard him mention he can't make 140.
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, I can't, no matter what I do.
Right.
So I definitely go back to his training. He was in shape. We can clearly see that. Right. So I don't think he can make 140. So maybe he fights Devin at a catch weight.
Or if you're Devin, do you move up? Because you shouldn't be in that weight either. Then if that's the case.
I don't want to see Devin move up.
Yeah, because he's smaller.
I'd like to see Devin retain his 140-pound championship since they let him have it.
Right.
He's keeping it. Right.
Yeah.
And maybe challenge. Who did they got on that side? No. That's not what I want to see.
That was funny.
What's my guy that fought? He fought right underneath. He fought on the undercard.
Yeah, he was food. That's food for Devin right now. He looks like food.
He's like ranked number 1 or something.
What's his name? Not Pedraza.
Barrazo,
right?
Barroso.
Something like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. We butchering your name.
Hey, and we butchering your name, and you lost that fight, dog.
Yeah. Barbosa. Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, Barbosa.
You know what? This is supposed to be Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney.
So that's what I'm saying for Devin's next fight.
Yeah.
You could get your little tune up back with Barbosa.
Yeah. Because he's not as good as I expected.
Yeah.
I've seen him look better before. This was different.
And it'll be a good testament, right? Because if Devin gets hurt against Barbosa,
damaged goods.
Yeah, because that's one thing I'm worried about too, is sometimes when fighters get that button pressed on their chin.
That's it.
Sometimes they start to drop all the time.
Right. And he's somebody who's never had that button pushed on the big stage, at least. I don't know, sparring, that's different. But to get it touched as many times.
Yeah. Now they're calling him Chinny.
Yeah, which is tough, man. That's a tough little designation right there, man. Man, I really hope it's not a case where he's damaged goods, because somebody that is that good for the sport, you kind of root for. Well, for me, I kind of root for him, obviously.
Yeah.
And let me say this, bro. I'm sorry. It's tough to be non-biased when you're talking about these kind of sports, man.
It is tough
because I'm trying to explain, like, yo, I don't like it. Ain't football to me. Like I like a lot of these fighters.
Yeah.
And just how I could be like, yo, I like this guy, I can also next week critique him.
100%.
Like that's
like
it's like nobody else can do that. I'm like, bro, like, sure, I love Tank, but geez, like I got my opinion. Look, I like Devin, but I got my opinion. I think he was stupid for what he had on. I think he was stupid for.
If you putting them fists together,
but you don't need to wear those shoes. I'm sure they customized them.
It looked heavy.
Yeah. The support, and granted, that's not the excuse. I'm not making that excuse, but like damn, like it's kind of, it brings me back to the Deontay Wilder. Not
keeping the main thing.
Yeah, and my suit was too heavy, and I
don't want to do any of that, man. I want to give praise to Ryan, because that if he would have went out there and lost, would have been like, yeah, we expected that, and he's not who we thought he was. Right. So having such a big victory against
the biggest of his career
against the guy, right? I know he's not technically a world champion, but he beat the guy at 140 pounds. Right. And I know people care about the belts and all that stuff, but Ryan really could probably fight 2, 3, 4, 5 fights at some weird 140 pound weight and just make a killing, man.
Ryan right now
he's on fire.
He's the second biggest draw in boxing, and I think he could rival Canelo right now as far as draw. I honestly believe that right now, where Ryan's name is, I could see him being the biggest draw right now.
I can see that too, because
right now
Ryan has women tuning into boxing, and that has to be talked about. Women are some of the best consumers of products. Period. They pay. You know what I mean? Guys will find this. We're gonna find this stream or whatever, right? And girls gonna put their card up. They gonna pay.
Right.
Yeah. So
dang, like this is very different. So let me ask you this: we already talked about Ryan going up and the possibility of Devin fighting Barbosa.
Yeah, or somebody around that, in that elk.
That skill
tier,
level, that tier.
Yeah.
Tier is even a better way to put it. And And you did mention, actually, let me start here. You did mention the possibility of them bringing somebody in. I like that, and I agree with that because I've heard worse. I've heard, oh, fire your dad. I'm like, you think he's gonna? No, like you don't have to do that.
I don't want to overreact because I always listen to the corner, and I don't feel like Bill was lying to him at any point. I don't feel like any point Bill was lying to him. He was telling them the right things to do. And Devin mentioned immediately after the fight, I knew what I should have been doing.
Game. That left connected though, that was it.
Yeah, it like
he ain't gonna say like it
shocked his hard drive.
Me. Yeah, bro, I saw the meme that had the Windows sound. Doo doo doo. I was like, yeah.
You know who else I want to give props to?
What's up, man?
Derrick James just had a hard year.
Yeah, this was a big one for him.
Big one for Derrick James, bro.
Big one for him. Big one for him.
He got control in that corner. I think Ryan had like his dad and his brother talking.
Yeah.
And in the pivotal rounds, he was like, yo, he went first, got control, and then got some type of order. You can talk now, whatever. But he was really getting Ryan's focus, and it seems like him and Ryan have a good rapport.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't like the best technical stuff. Ryan still does stuff that Derrick doesn't want him to do with the shoulder roll.
The turning around was interesting.
If somebody can teach Ryan how to shoulder roll and he can throw the left hook out of the shoulder roll, oh my God.
Would be or even the straight right,
because he's not even catching and pitching out of it. He's trying to. Yeah,
he's not at all.
If he had it where he could actually catch punches out of it, and then oh my goodness,
his shoulder roll now is kind of deplorable because it always turns into turning it back.
There's no offense coming out of it. There's no offense returning. But man, shout out to Derrick James for a huge win, and just controlling the chaos, it seemed. Right. Like it wasn't like the most tactical instructions, but he controlled the chaos, and knowing what makes your fighter tick and how to get them going, I feel like is super important.
He looks like he kind of figured Ryan out throughout that process, because a lot of the time leading up to the fight, he looked just as confused as everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's
not a social media guy. You can tell.
Nah, he's really not.
So you can probably tell, like during the train, like we're gonna take a break for you to film with your phone and stuff. It's probably like
huh?
We're gonna do what?
And I know he's rolling right into Frank Martin.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Mm-hmm. I have one.
Can you imagine another
big upset?
That would the Mercury is in retrograde.
Honestly, it's what boxing needs, though, man.
Stuff I like shaking it up.
Yeah, some shakeups is really what they need. I have one real last question that I think was a real pivotal one about the fight. Mm-hmm. Did the ref save Devin?
There were moments where I believe the referee stepped in, but I do not think. I heard some people say stuff like, "Oh, did he have money on?" I'm like, no. I think it was just a natural flow of the fight, the things that were happening. Yeah. A ref is not almighty, so there's no way he can see all corners at all times.
Yeah, he's not perfect.
I don't think he was purposefully saving Devin. No, I don't believe that.
Taking the point was tough. At the time you took the point,
that was kind of necessary.
The momentum was just all in Ryan's favor. And
he punched them. And the ref was in between them, and he threw a shot, bro. Like that will always require a point. He had to
get order back, but
the ref was right in between them.
Damn,
and he threw a shot. That was crazy.
Yeah, the timing was just. Ryan did lose his composure for a second.
He lost his composure. Yeah. And honestly, going into this fight, and I know you probably agree, I didn't know what to expect as far as Ryan's composure. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bite his ear." He had the shirt murder. Or
that's what I'm saying, bro. I didn't expect this because that's the best acting job I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Leonardo Garcia. Dog.
Leonardo Garcia.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Washington, Denzel Washington. Like, bro, the acting job was crazy, bro.
I got to give it to him.
I seen an interview after he was super composed. Like, yeah, guys.
Like a different person.
I got you. Like, what?
You guys thought I was crazy, right?
Who is
you
this
thought
dude?
I was crazy.
Who is this dude, bro?
Salute to him, man.
Yeah, man.
Like you just said, man, I do hope this new type of Ryan Garcia comes with maybe a little less antics and more like you said, learning the shoulder roll or perfecting that. I do hope to see that because he is a problem. He's always been one of my guys as far as, and I know this whole lead up to this fight kind of threw it off because it's like, this guy's a clown. Yeah. But I always raved about his left hand and I always liked him. I just knew he didn't have the best footwork. Yeah. But He's it's cool to see.
Yeah, he's easy for fans to watch for casuals, whoever, right? He's fan friendly, right? And I like this new style he's been adopting with coming forward, because even in the Tank fight, he was very aggressive.
He was.
Right? So we're seeing this side of Ryan where the fight starts and he's coming forward and he's pushing the action, and I like it, man.
Right. Yeah. Devin, he was just, like, you look back to the Tank fight, just the different levels Tank was playing with. Yeah. Granted, he's a shorter, smaller guy. So kind of easier.
That could also be to his detriment, though, because Ryan is a big guy. So
Ryan was Skeletor that fight. Though.
No, but I mean height wise though. Ryan's not at 135. He's a giant. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he's even a tall guy at 140.
He was pretty drained though. I was like, you see some of the images, it looked kind of crazy.
I mean, the body weights do look different. Yeah. It's different weight.
Right.
And again, it speaks to like the rehydration. Who knows what Ryan weighed the night of the fight?
Strategy. Yeah. We saw a strategy coming from one side that night, and that is Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
That's the only the Haneys didn't even look like they had a good strategy. They might have had a game plan,
right?
But a game plan don't always equate to a strategy.
Mm-hmm. Like, and making adjustments.
Yeah. And like I already said, man, that left hand canceled everything. This was just canceled Christmas. For Devin Haney, this was a can I survive? I don't want to get knocked out by all means, because Devin's one of those people that's pretty
prideful
and tough on himself. He's a self-starter, and I'll explain why, because somebody out there is like, how do you know? You don't know him. Sure, I don't, but I pay attention to the little things, right? Ryan Garcia does not follow the hashtag with his name, right? Devin Haney does. So whenever there's a hashtag Devin Haney, he's following that.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia is not like that.
Yeah.
Or I'm not gonna say not like that. He does not do that.
Right.
Granted, he might have a burner, who knows? But as far as his official page, that's all I can speak to.
Yeah.
He does not follow a hashtag with his name. All right. So that tells me, looking at that from the fan perspective, that tells me Devin is really, he's not necessarily self-conscious. I can't say that, because we all are to an extent, but he's paying attention.
Yeah.
And it affects him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whether he uses it as
positively
motivation
or negatively,
or whatever,
right.
It touches his spirit.
Yeah. Michael Jordan was like that.
All the greats.
Aaron Rodgers is like that. Aaron Rodgers still got a list of people that talk bad about him pre-draft, all that. Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff. See, I'm that kind of person. I'm going to remember, and I'm going to hold. Sicko, exactly. I'm going to hold on to that and use it as motivation.
For sure.
So, yes, I completely understand that, but I'm also not really following a hashtag. That's different. That's a little different.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay. But still, salute to him. This could be a minor setback. A major setback for a even bigger comeback, possibly. But salute again to both guys. This was a great card. I'm trying to think if we're missing anything.
I just like if we had a plan. So like Ryan gets moving up. Maybe that heard the Ryan Boots stuff. I don't know how valid that is.
Oh, it can happen.
It can happen, but
literally his Ryan's dad asked for it when he when him and Eddie Hearn had their little thing.
That little back and forth.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah.
But he asked for it there. Ryan mentioned it. I think that's a good opportunity for Ryan, because Boots hasn't seen the lights yet. And this would be a nice, if Ryan could shock the world again. But this is also a big step up for Boots.
Yeah.
Because if Boots can get on that stage and showcase the skill and the high level talent that we both know he has, and showcase it on somebody who just had the biggest night in boxing, that's huge. That's huge as well. So I think that's a great fight. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing it. And we would have never said this a few weeks ago. We would have never said this 3 days ago. We would have never said this, but I wouldn't mind seeing that, bro, personally.
And I saw just another back and forth where Shakur and Ryan had on Twitter before the fight. It was like they said they would agree to fight if Ryan won.
Shakur be a little annoying.
Be
bro.
a little bit everywhere, right?
He'd be like he was like, it's like he's trying to kiss up to Ryan now, like kind of beg for the fight or something. It just felt like that to me.
What weight would that be at?
Oh yeah, because that's weird, right? 130.
Shakur never fought at 140.
Never.
So are you gonna let Ryan come in at 143?
You think Ryan wants to do that though?
I don't think he would want to do that.
I don't even think I don't think it makes sense for Shakur.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
If you're gonna fight Shakur, you might as well fight Boots at a bigger weight.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
That don't make sense to me, especially. Yeah, Shakur. As much sucking up as Shakur is trying to do right now. He does that all the time. I don't like that, bro. Yeah. I don't. And I love Shakur's skill. Yeah. But I hate when he does. We love Shakur, but somebody got to take his phone. He does this all the time. When Lomachenko lost, you won that for sucking up to him, bro. Like, it's just weird. I don't like the suck up type people, bro. It's just weird. And again, nothing personal to him, but it's just weird, bro. Like, he does this all the time.
And then my last one is Mexico versus Mexico, giving Pitbull, maybe. Ooh. Like Ryan and Poop.
Ryan don't want to do that. See, all the mistakes. Styles make fights. All the mistakes Devin did, Pitbull's perfect. Like when I was saying with Devin, that hand up, tuck that chin, because that prevents Ryan from getting that hook around. Because Ryan was getting that hook around.
Right.
Just kind of.
Both guys throw mean hooks though. They say, what do they say in boxing? You can't hook with a hooker.
You can't hook with a hooker.
Right. So that'll be fun.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Yeah. I would enjoy seeing Pitbull and Ryan.
That would be fun.
I would really like that one. But again, is that a catch weight or is that like does Ryan just?
I mean, yeah. I guess 140 and Ryan just won't make it. I guess fighting Ryan, you're gonna know he's not gonna make 140 pounds.
And Pitbull talked about the possibility of moving up. I think that'd be a mistake for him just because of his stature.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that. I think 40 is like great for him.
Yeah,
I think it's great for him. If we could see for him the potential of post Frank Martin, depending on how that turns out, a rematch, I would love to see that. But you just like that Ryan Garcia, if they can make that happen, which I don't think they can, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Boots seems the most plausible right now, unless Ryan don't. He ain't about taking no tune-ups right now.
If I was Golden Boy, I would go the tune-up route.
Really?
I give Ryan about two. The thing is like where Ryan's popularity is, it's like almost at that Canelo level right now where he's going to be a draw no matter who he fights, like you mentioned earlier. So for the whole boxing world, the more Ryan fights and if he can stay with Derrick James and they keep working on stuff, the more dangerous he gets.
Right.
If I'm Golden Boy, I probably give him a fight or two that's not groundbreaking. Like he's not going to, maybe he fights Barboza, right? Puts on a show in LA, right? Gets a big knockout within 6. Huge star still. Like keep bringing him up, right? Keep letting them have camps, and then I wouldn't feed him the tank right away. I don't think that much has changed in regards to his fighting style. Right. So yeah, I would probably give him probably a camp or two with Derrick James.
Okay.
And like we mentioned, sometimes it's tough too. You don't want to throw your fighter to the wolves. Just fought Tank. Had a fight in between, big guy that he fought, knocked him out, and then Devin, you give him a LA show at the end of the year, finish off big, and then maybe the top of next year they come back with something.
I actually, you said Barboza for Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I disagree with. I think Barboza should be earmarked for Devin Haney, but business wise for Golden Boy, Barboza makes sense. You keep it in house.
Yeah, all the money's in house. You're not too worried about Ryan losing.
Right. No, you're not at all because Barboza he didn't impress at all.
Yeah, I just don't think he possesses the skills. He's like he doesn't have the traits.
Right, and you got to think this is possibly a long-term strategy because he just fought a guy who throws a decent hook, great jab actually, but that guy also is a long type, long rangy kind of guy, kind of built Ryan-esque. So when I saw that, I'm like, maybe they're trying to size him up. Yeah, I mean that's the possibility.
I won't hate that. I won't hate that for Ryan. Everybody wants every fight to be the pay-per-view fight.
We're the fans, bro. We're the fans. Yeah, but it's not realistic for sure. It's really not. But man, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
Man, what a weekend, bro.
What a weekend. And I'm sure we can go for another 30 minutes, but I think we covered all the big bases, man. Yeah, man. Right now, Fear God is, they just had a hiccup if they were trying to get in the boxing game.
All hail King Rye.
Hey, all hail King Rye. Yeah, salute
to both guys, man. Shout out to Devin for being a warrior too, man.
Absolutely, man. Rest up, man. Rest up.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all we got, man.
That's it.
All right. We out. Peace.
Follow the Pool Counter Podcast on IG and YouTube at the Pool Counter Pod and at Pool Counter Pod on Twitter. Available where you get your podcast. Show your host some love at Wendy Antoine 5 and email the show at thepoolcounterboxingpod@gmail.com. Appreciate you tuning in and supporting the movement. And remember, leave 5 stars, share the love. Peace.